Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi everyone. The excitement has really picked up now and I'm eager for the action to start.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, I get the feeling, Peter, that this guy, Michael Hiiiii, will be very much on show here. He's, I think, superb in
Shoots! And a terrific save from the keeper.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
France with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. That has earned a reprieve for the time being. It's gone out for a throw-in. Reinders wins the duel this time. Saliba makes the interception. Conte, and here's Hiiiii. Conte. Reinders out to the right, and he's picked it up out wide. Oh, that's well spotted. Can he get it through? Haaland! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that.
Battling for the right to play in the early stages. Conte. Spread it left. Dembele will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Looking for options for movement. And no, that was never going to make it. Hernandez is sporting a guilty look after that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Now it's Mbappe. It's a good ball out wide. Hiiiii is flagged offside. Dembele. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Rodri.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
And in he goes again! He's scored! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, that's not the best attempt by the keeper, and he's just paid the ultimate price, hasn't he?
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be.
Can he finish? A wonderful effort, all by himself.
Lewis certainly looked hungry and exciting on the ball. Confidence is at play here.
Hernandez. And it's Reinders. Passing is crisp and sharp. Well, that looks a decent ball. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. And it's made its way to him. Doku. Decent chance! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Rodri. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Great defending, strong and determined. Shifted it to the flank.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Mbappe!
Doku.
Haaland. Played out to the left flank. He's a sharp little ball here.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Referee has just said play on. And here's Marmoush. Upamecano did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Oh, shooting chance! And that is certainly not what he had in mind. Has a look and plays it forward. Oh, well measured. Mbappe!
Doku.
Lewis. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Chouameni. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Bernardo Silva receives it in a wide position. Conte. And that'll be the last act of the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now, can they get him away? Oh, good read. Defending was strong and firm. Bernardo Silva. And it's Reinders. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva going full steam down the flank. Reinders. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Played out wide. And it's Rabiot. It's Rabiot! And yes, it's there! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
France are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
France grab the equaliser and we're all square.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Tries to pass it through.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And he's running through. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Knocks it into space. Now it's Bernardo Silva.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Couldn't squeeze it through. And here's the chance to counter. Rabiot. And here's Elise. Elise. That's going to go a long way. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Looking to play him in. Oh, good take in a good area. Elise showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing.
France really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Now it's Elise. Great vision. Elise looking to run onto it. Oh, that's fabulous. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. France have it back and can go again. Aims beyond the defence. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Rabiot. This looks promising. Mbappe! And it's hit the woodwork and out! And he's following up! In for the pieces! Reinders with the clearance. And there's his chance to lead the counter.
Doku.
Here's Rodri. Oh, what has happened here?
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
And here's Elise.
Sostituzione per la Francia. Numero 14, numero 25, numero 4, numero 22, numero 8. Lasciano il campo per il numero 19,
Kovacic.
il numero 24, il
They could
numero
break
2,
here.
il numero 21.
Haaland
il
looking
numero
to add
6.
to his goal.
Cambio di giocatori.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. A draw, and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of momentum shifts. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. We have already started here. Doué. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Dembele. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. And he's picked out the run. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
That has not gone well. Chance here to counter. And it's Dembele. Reinders. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter, I know people are probably going to knock me as being biased towards my trade, but when you have someone like this fellow, Josko Guardiola, on your side, it's hard not to pick him out. Such an extraordinary defender with an unconventional style, incredibly quick, and so good at carrying the ball forward. Keep your eyes on him.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Quarter of an hour played. He's a sharp little ball here. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. And smartly reclaimed. And this is Marmoush. Decent progress down the left. Conte.
Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
Doku.
And here's Marmoush. Distributed tidily. Matheus Nunes. It's a good-looking delivery. Now it's Mbappe. Well, oh, he's been caught napping.
Doku.
Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Guardiola. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And it's Doué. Doué. Dembele. And this is Dembele. Bernardo Silva. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Oh, look at the space. And a chance! Goal! France! And France are in front. And that really is so impressive.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
France are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Now it's Dembele. Matheus Nunes simply refused to be outdone there. Rodri. Passing is crisp and sharp. And they win it back again.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Matheus Nunes. Reinders. Mbappe. And here's the chance to counter. And it's Nunez. Reinders. Chouameni. Doué. Great vision. Chouameni.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Rodri. And the half-time whistle goes. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game, as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
France go in at half-time with a slender one-goal lead. So we're just settling back into this second half. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Guardiola. That has ended up in no man's land. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Some resolute defending there. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
That has been slung wide. Saliba. And it's Chouameni. Pass somewhat off target. Marmouche. Olise looks to get on the end of this. Conte. He's picked his way through. Guardiola did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Still just a single goal between the sides. It's a good spell of possession, this. Marmouche. Shot, surely! And yes, it's there! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now. Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Guardiola was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Can he finish? And he hits the net! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch. It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Ruben Dias kept his eye on it, and he's there. Rodri. Hiiiii. It's been shipped out wide. That's good pressure, good intensity.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game.
Great chance! Sticks it away! They're level in a trice!
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less. Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response. Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
And he's in on... He's got tall. Oh, this looks sharp. Looking to play him in. And he's had it nicked away. Good ball, good take. No way through, so back it comes. And here's a chance! And that's off target.
Well, the way he set himself up was just so clever. No wonder he's disappointed.
Sostituzione per la Francia. Numero 24.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Lasciano il campo per il numero 14.
A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
It'll be a throw-in. Semenyo absolutely focused then on the defensive side of his game.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. And here's Mbappe. Can he get on the end of this? Shot a goal! Oh, what about that? And that has raised the roof! So smooth, a signature finish.
It was wonderful vision to see the movement ahead. And how about the weight of that pass? Ideal.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
This is frightening football. He has increased defensive fear on the way to that hat-trick.
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
France complete their comeback, and now they only need to hold out for a few minutes.
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got to stress that there's still time for another, so we can't be too presumptuous yet.
And that's going to be a booking. Savinho. Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. Vardiol in acres of space out wide. Oh, that's superb. Has a look and plays it forward. And that is that. France have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like this. Admirable, enjoyable, and look how they reacted to that initial setback. Dembele, hat-trick scorer, massive game from him today. Hello and welcome one and all, the atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening, the skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And already we're underway here. Bernardo Silva with a definite foul there. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. He's a sharp little ball here. Dembele is herring after that one. Conte. This is Dembele. It's Dembele! Oh, he's been caught on it here. And one more try. Oh, he hit that sweetly.
Nothing wrong with the idea. Inches away.
Now it's Bernardo Silva. Now it's Haaland. Reinders, and he's found the way past. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, I think it's hard to ignore this guy, Mike Maignan, Peter. You don't normally pick a goalkeeper as a potential match winner, but I think his consistency has to allow him an exception, because I think he's just very solid in all aspects of his game, and he has a great relationship with this defence.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Now, can they get him away? Oh, that looks a cracking ball. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. It's a pretty loose pass. Quarter of an hour played. Oh, important interception. Mbappe. Neither side yet able to find the net. And it's Reinders. That's a smartly directed ball. Not the most accurate pass. Reinders. And that has left him in a heap. France have it back and can go again. Oh, that's fabulous. And it's made its way to him.
Doku.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
No way through, so back it comes. Looking tidy in possession here. Mbappe. There's no getting past him. It's really well defended. And it's Rodri. Chouameni. Mbappe. Rabiot. Looking for options for movement. Guardiola defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Rodri. Passing is crisp and sharp. Doku, looking to play him in. That's the keeper's ball. Now it's Mbappe. Aims beyond the defence. He's been taken down and the referee has pointed at the spot. France really could have done without this. This for the lead. And he's buried it! 1-0. Not a twitch, not a blink.
I just think the keeper committed himself too early.
Sostituzione per la Francia. Numero 4, numero 14. Lasciano il campo per il numero 21.
Time then for the first substitution of the game. So we have our breakthrough.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Now it's Olise.
France certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Dembele showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. France making some potentially decisive changes. They weren't waiting around. Hiiiii. Rodri. Marmouche. And it's Reinders. Always onto this.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Rodri. It's a promising position. Doué. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. And the action is back underway.
France can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Kante gets his final warning.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
Strokes it back. And it's Reinders. Nicely weighted ball. That's gone all the way through to the keeper.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Now it's Mbappe. Oh, well measured. He's had a shot! It's there! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
France are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
France grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
And he's gone looking for safety. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Mbappe is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
And he's in on goal. Takes a shot. Goal, France! And the comeback is complete. And that was as close to certain as can be.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Great chance! Can he get it through?
Sostituzione per la Francia. Numero 11, numero 24.
Dembele.
Lasciano il campo per il numero 6.
Looking for the run. Chouameni gets over and intercepts. Ruben Dias calmly anticipates. France perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. France have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. Semenyo, Rodri. Great vision. No way through. Oh, what has happened here? And he shoots! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Opts for safety. Well, that is one way to stop him. Knocks it into space. And that's a simple one for the keeper.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Vardiol receives it in a wide position. Kante is there to clear. Well, that pass isn't the best. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, that looks a cracking ball. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Well-timed, excellent interception. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Well, that looks a decent ball, and he's worked it through.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
That's been cut out, well played. And the number on the board is 3. The referee's awarded a free kick. Now, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Foden, and it's Gonzalez. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Ruben Dias gets across to intercept that. Semenyo. Out towards the flank, and he's picked it up out wide. And that is that. France have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. A great performance by any measure. France may not have finished with 11, but they have shown terrific spirit and they claim the win.
Well, Peter, it's a remarkable result, a real show of character in the circumstances when most would have been happy to maybe drop their heads. They grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck and found a winner, despite their disadvantages. Superb.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And as you can see, we've already started here. Drilled in low. Rabiot looking to play him in. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Peter, this team has a great engine room in the shape of this guy, Hiiiii. The Frenchman being a robust, relentless pressing machine who also excels in ball retention and recycling. I noticed he's surprisingly good at progressing play when on the ball too. Keep watching him.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. He's in a great position here. Mbappe. Olise receives it in a good position here. Olise was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Chouameni, and that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Looking for options for movement. He's through, now is he in? Upamecano with the slide tackle there. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Now it's Rabiot. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
Now it's Doku. Koundé does well to get it back. Doku showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. Shapes to shoot! Goal, France! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
France have broken through. It's 1-0.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
And it's Bernardo Silva. Reinders. Chouameni gets it clear and reclaimed it in a trice.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
And that's going to be a booking. Hernandez. Conte. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Really didn't have enough to concern the defence. Now it's Foden. Vardio. That's very disappointing, it has to be said.
France really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
Oh, terrible pass. He's picked his way through. Now then, the ball's come loose. Half-time getting close now. Chouameni for Olise. Oh, such a clever touch. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And he's been shifted off it.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Now it's Foden. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Rabiot. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Olise. The ball has bounced loose now. And we've reached half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Reflections on the first half?
Well, I think it's a case of so far, so good. The boss has clearly done his homework, and I don't think he needs to change much during the break. Now they've got the lead, they can expect more of the same in the second half.
France, the happier of the teams, heading in for half-time, 1-0 up. Here we go again then.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out, see if you can open them up a bit more.
Saliba, and he was quick to react. The message is clear, none shall pass. And he welcomes it in. Skillfully cut out, he is so at ease on the ball. Rodri. And it's Conte. And he's had it nicked away. Now it's Olise. Now this could be... Conte! And for a moment, time stood still. Matheus Nunes. Hiiiii. Foden. Reinders. Oh, this is a terrific run. Foden. Now it's Doku. And it's Reinders.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And that pass just didn't quite work.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
And here's Mbappe. And he's straight offside. France are still that goal to the good. Hiiiii. Rodri. Now Foden. Doku is onto this. Aims beyond the defence. And into the grateful arms of the keeper.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's a natural instinct to defend when ahead, but it's too early for them to settle into that practice just now.
And he's away. Now, great chance! It's there! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
And that really is so impressive.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Reinders. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And it's Reinders. And here's Haaland. And here's Foden. Backward it goes. Koundé did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Good ball over the top. And he's found the way past. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Oh, that's fabulous. Hiiiii did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Back into the middle. Reinders. Now it's Haaland. Mbappe is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
And here's Mbappe.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Good ball, good take. Tries to play it through. Not the most accurate pass. Now it's Bernardo Silva. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And he certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Foden. Foden unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Conte. Oh, that's delightful. And he's managed to get free. And it's Rabiot. The final 5 minutes.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Now it's Olise. That has ended up in no man's land. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Reinders. Chouameni does really well there, he is strong.
Il quarto uomo indica 2 minuti di recupero.
Time added on will be 2 minutes. Hernandez. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Dembele.
Oh, great feat, that.
He has found the way through. So that's it. It is all over. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end. Not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
France certainly had some good moments, Peter. There were plenty of encouraging spells that more should have been made of.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator, Jim Beglin. A very good evening to you all. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Peter, this team has a great end.
It's Dembele!
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Reinders. Rodri. Doku. No, he's not going to get any further than that. No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul.
Doku.
And it's Reinders. Rabiot. Driving forward. Looking to play him in.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Rabiot. And it's Conte. And here's Dembele. And he's managed to get free. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Shot a goal! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, what has happened here? And it's Conte. Swept in. And he's there to belt it away. Reinders. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Oh, it's Dembele. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card. Well, this may not be the kindest angle for a direct hit. Oh, that's a very decent ball now. Aimed beyond the defence. He's on it, can he get away? And that's not going to reach. Decent chance! Goal, France! There is the breakthrough. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking...
And the shot! He's got a goal! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring!
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
France are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down, but they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
He's had a shot! It's a goal! A finish of great intelligence. He just understood and he executed so smoothly.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Oh, that's well spotted.
Doku.
Well, nicely intercepted. Now it's Mbappe. Olise is onto this. Olise proves just a little bit too strong. Now this could be a chance. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. Ake kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. It's not an especially good pass, that. Reinders. Distributed tidily. And this is Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva! Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Now it's Mbappe. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Now that's well seen too. Rabiot. Conte. There he goes, motoring forward. Rodri. Marmoush. Now it's Haaland. And he's away.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Haaland had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just about kept out.
Well, I think it's good he took the opportunity to run at that back line. I'm sure it won't deter him either.
Stood up well to him there. He's in a great position here. Now, try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Olise, who does have an assist. And it's half-time here. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. Caution certainly not on the agenda here from both sides.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
France head into the half-time break with a narrow lead, 2-1. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half. Great defending, strong and determined. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Haaland. That's a good ball out wide. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's cleared it out of harm's way. And it's Rodri. And here's Doku. Tries to pass. Goes for a shot! Conte. To Rabiot. Mbappe being hunted in packs.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Olise showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Now it's Haaland. He looks to lift it! And it's in! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass.
And he shoots! And he's taking no chances there. And now the breakaway. Rodri.
Doku.
And it's Rodri. Doku. Played out to the left flank. Doku. And he cuts out the supply. Well, that is one way to stop him.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
And it's Dembele. Good ball, good take. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Dembele. Ake did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. That looks a good ball through. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Conte, Mbappe, and that is as far as they're going to go. Now it's Doku. Reinders. And here's Marmouche, played with finesse. Mignon breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. Olise.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Played back in. And he's cut it out.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Rabiot, looking for options for movement. That's a cute ball. Can he get on the end of this? And he's picked out the run. And he's there to get it away. And claimed it back swiftly. Still anyone's game this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
Sostituzione per la Francia. Numero 11.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. Poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away.
Cambio di giocatori.
Kovacic. Well, they could break here. He has found the way through. Oh, good take in a good area. And it's Gonzalez. Nico Gonzalez. Kovacic. Well, that looks a decent ball. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Good play for Conte.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
And that has been cleared. Here comes the corner.
This is a Hollywood or bust corner. The final whistle is up next.
And that will be it. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. But it wasn't to be, and they're all square. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Listen, the more this game went on, a draw was always likely to be on the card. So overall...
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. He's had a shot! And that's caused a worry or two.
Marmoush is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. That has not gone well. Knocks it into space. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, this fella, Upamecano, Peter, is well versed in the art of gegenpressing and quick counters, having been brought through a system that excels in both disciplines. If he's able to combine this with his passing, then you could look to him to trigger an awful lot of counter-attacks.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Can he get on the end of this? Olise gets into a good position. Driving through the middle.
Doku.
Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must...
Haaland! That was a matter of inches.
Well, I think the defence are breathing a big sigh of relief here. He really spanked that, and it wasn't far away at all.
Rodri gathers from the goal kick. That pass isn't the best. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And this is Bernardo Silva. Marmoush, well read, and the danger is averted. This looks promising. And that's very disappointing, it has to be said. And that has been clubbed away. Rodri. Great defending, strong and determined. Whistle's gone, that's foul. And that's going to be a booking. Reinders. France, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Reinders. Oh, good spread. That is ended up in no man's land. He is through here. Place it in, and the shot! Has another go! It's there! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Getting on for a third of the way through the game. And they win it back again. That looks a cracking ball. He's onside. He is just caressing the ball. Haaland receives it in a good position here.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Vardiol. Here's Doku. And it's Reinders. He's in a great position here. Oh, that's nice. Nicely spread.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Now it's Mbappe.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack. France truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
It's a promising position. He has found the way through. And it's Reinders. Rodri. Looking tidy in possession here. Haaland. Chouameni. Upamecano. Hernandez. To Rabiot. Pass somewhat off target. Haaland. Doku. Rabiot. He's going to be disappointed with that. Rodri. Reinders. Passing nice and neat. Marmouche. It's gone all the way through to the keeper. Guardiola cuts out the pass. And we hit half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
France really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Now it's Haaland. Rabiot. And it's Dembele. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And he was quick to react. Looking for options for movement. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
France clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And he's picked out the run. Haaland unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Dembele providing an outlet on that flank. France still this single goal behind. That's an untidy challenge, free kick given. And no surprise, that's a booking. Rodri. Played out wide. And he's managed to get free. He has a look up. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And he's managed to get rid. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Ake. Over to the left. Doku. Threads one in. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
That's good play. Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising. Koundé promptly onto that, and that is that.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Ball is over the line. Mbappe looking to shake off some unwanted attention.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful, Peter, that they don't allow their attempt to snuff out the threat now to turn into indiscipline.
Doku. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Guardiola. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the stats are pretty telling here. It's hard to argue with the scoreline when you carry so little threat.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Mbappe might just make this.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Oh, it's Dembele. Tries to play it through. No, that's been intercepted.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Rabiot, he's shifting through the gears here. Rabiot! It's loose. Oh, what has happened here? Great, and again! And the lead stays intact, just.
Oh, I think you could really feel his pain there. He was convinced he'd put his side level.
Sostituzione per la Francia. Numero 14.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Numero 4. Lasciano il campo per il numero 24.
And it's Kovacic.
Il numero 9.
Nico
Il
Gonzalez.
numero 26. E il numero 2. Attenzione, un cambio.
Savinho. Brilliantly cut out. Hernandez.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Now it's Foden. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Guardiola. And here's Foden. France are looking desperate here, short on time and options.
All they need is one big chance, and it may do the trick.
Pinches it off him. Koundé did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Hernandez gets over and intercepts. Now it's Semenyo.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And it's been played through. Mignon gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Thuram. Mbappe. And that's it. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, it's great to be here.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Look at the space here. Tries a shot! He's delivered all right! An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
France finding themselves unexpectedly behind. That has been cut short. Tries to play it through. Over to the left. Dembele. Oh, that's fabulous. Dembele's cross.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Dembele. He's had a shot! Matches Nunes with the clearance. Played out to the right. Reinders. Nicely spread. Rodri. Olise spots it and intercepts. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Doku providing an outlet on that flank. And the finish! It's hit the upright. Chouameni.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that.
France are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Real chance! He's scored! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. That is simply terrific, finished with beautiful deftness.
It just came down to a battle of wills between him and the keeper, and he won it with a cracking piece of trickery.
So that's two now without reply.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Reinders. Vardiol. And this is Marmouche. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Now it's Olise.
Doku.
And it's Reinders. And here's Marmouche. And it's Rodri. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. And that's put paid to a promising move. And a chance! Oh, what has happened here? He's looking wide. Now this could be... He's having a shot! And that is doing no harm at all.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Koundé. Oh, he's been caught napping! And he's quick to get it clear again. And that's a throw-in. Ah, good steal, he just read it. And he's been shifted off it. Rodri. And Hiiiii. Reinders. Might be danger here. Takes a shot! Oh, the ball's come loose here. Chouameni. Olise. Searching pass he's played there. Now it's Mbappe.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Reinders. And the counter is on. He's a sharp little ball here. And this is Bernardo Silva.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now it's Mbappe. Now it's Haaland. He might be in here! And the whistle has gone for a reckless challenge there. And no surprise, that's a booking. Well, this is worrying. He is not the sort of player who tends to stay down. And for sure, that was not one of his best.
Marmoush will have to accept some flack for that. Was anyone really expecting it?
Now he's off and running. No, that's been intercepted. Vardiol. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Conte. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. And there's the end of the first half. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
France really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team, so I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same purpose again.
I volontari di tutti I settori sono pregati di recarsi nell'area dello staff.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Well, that is one way to stop him.
Doku.
Here's Rodri. And it's Reinders. Rabiot kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Ball's played through. Olise in acres of space out wide. He is through here. Plays it in low. Backward it goes. It's Rabiot! They want to be quick to recover this. Haaland. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Threads one in. Now, can they get him away? A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And that's going to be a booking.
Well, sometimes a loose foul can trigger a completely different spell of play, and it makes even less sense.
Sostituzione per la Francia. Numero 14.
France can now introduce the first of their substitutes. Upamecano shifted it to the flank. He's got away. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Matches Nunes did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
È di 15.601 spettatori.
France perhaps contemplating their next change here. Mbappe under intense pressure.
Yeah, and what they've got to realise, Peter, is that they won't get away with excessive force for long, so they're running a fine line now.
Nice looking ball. No, he's just misjudged that one. So what can they make of this? Doku. Looking for options for movement. And he's straight offside. Chouameni, Saliba, and it's Doué. Chouameni, great vision.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Reinders has created one goal already. Hiiiii. And it's slung out wide. And Vardiol.
Doku.
That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. And Vardiol tries to pass it through. Some resolute defending there. Ruben Dias. More and more pressure on the ball here. Out for a throw. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Doku has it out wide and in space. Doku. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner.
Sostituzione per la Francia.
And we have our very first corner.
Numero 25.
They've played it short.
Lasciano il campo
And it's going to be another corner.
Il numero 6. Il numero 2.
It's their second corner of the game. Semenyo goes short. He slings it in. That is a brilliant interception. France have the chance to go the other way. Good ball, good take. Chouameni defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Oh, it's Dembele. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And it's Camavinga.
France are certainly now looking like a sorry lot. They haven't got a proper defence, or attack for that matter.
Foden. Turns back here, probably the best option. It's a pretty loose pass. Doué. And here's Mbappe. And this is Dembele. This could be their final throw of the dice. That's a decent clearance. He's on it, can he get away? And now a sudden chance to counter. And the through ball. Oh, he's got a side of goal. Pavard deals with that comfortably. Camavinga. Barcola. Back to the keeper it goes. And there goes the final whistle. France perhaps ended up out of ideas and out of steam. Some warm applause and acknowledgement of the effort put in by the players, but that does not hide the overall disappointment.
Ricordiamo a tutti I tifosi che
Your reflections then, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited, and deserved to be.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom, and to wish you all a very good evening. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And as you can see, we've already started here. He is through here. Dembele. Well, he's a tricky customer, but he slams the door shut. France with the corner, there first. And he can clear it away. And now they can spring out of defence. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Well, a player that's very much moulded in the role of the traditional Spanish number 5 is Rodri. He certainly has the sort of physique that would allow him to do the job. He has both the muscle and the brains to provide the creative and defensive support whenever necessary.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. What a start, free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes.
Yeah, plenty of jostling in that box, they just need a good delivery.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Mbappe carries the ball down the right, and he's picked out the run. Well, there is a look that says it all, a piercing stare.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Played out towards the right wing, looking to play him in. This looks promising. He's got away. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Rabiot. So what can they make of this? Now it's Mbappe. Oh, he's bustling through here. And here's Elise. Guardiola did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Doku. Oh, that was vital. Pinged towards the front line. Mbappe receives... Mbappe! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Skims one in. Bernardo Silva was only too happy to help out in defence.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Now it's Foden. Guardiola. Haaland. That's going to go a long way. Aimed beyond the defence. Can he finish? They've scored! You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
Another pass just keeps it ticking over.
France are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Now it's Bernardo Silva. He's found a way through. Saliba did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Rodri with the foul. Now then, what's happening here? He is already on a yellow.
Attenzione, una sostituzione.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, I think he'll undoubtedly add more movement and fluidity in the final third with his passing range.
It's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Passing is crisp and sharp. Knocks it into space. Now, can they get him away? And that could well leave a mark. No foul, says the referee. Now it's Hiiiii. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Hiiiii. Oh, he's burst through. Conte. Out for a throw. Now it's crossed into the middle. That has been knocked clear. Knocks it out wide. Back into the middle. Reinders. And it's Gonzalez. It's Bernardo Silva.
Il quarto uomo indica
That looks a
2
decent
minuti
ball.
di recupero.
Upamecano gets across to intercept that. Now it's Foden, looking for options for movement. Picked out, goes for a shot! And the whistle goes for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to...
Oh, what a climb! It's a goal! 2 up now, and they are cruising. It was wonderfully efficient.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So that's 2 now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established. We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Vardiol. Kante does well to get it back. Now it's Hiiiii. Vardiol cuts out the pass. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Now it's Mbappe.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Searching pass he's played there. Vardiol, who does have an assist to his name. Tries a measured ball. Hoisted in. And he gets rid in a hurry.
L'affluenza di quest'oggi è di
Nico Gonzalez.
16.870
Can he get it through? Threads one in. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Foden really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
He's in a great position here. Nico Gonzalez. Foden. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Koundé, Chouameni, and it's Conte. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe under intense pressure.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Olise unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. That is a great pick out. Upamecano promptly onto that, and that is that. Some good work on the right flank here. Nico Gonzalez. Plays a sharp little ball here. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. Gvardiol. Bernardo Silva. Reinders. And Gvardiol. Nico Gonzalez. Gvardiol. And it's Gonzalez.
France really have been second best here, second to every ball, and they can't have any complaints about where they are now. The good thing is they haven't given up, but it's not looking favourable.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Tries to play it through. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Now it's Foden. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. So that's it. It is all over. France were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply not how you go about winning. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?